This is Comic Picks by the Glick.
Hey, I'm your host, Jason Glick.
Hey, host Jason Glick, how the hell are you?
I'm doing good, John. How about yourself?
Oh, not too bad. Just surviving in the heat and stuff. It's summer.
Yeah, it's like we're running in the heat of where we live as opposed to a Comic-Con.
Yes, Comic Con was much cooler.
Yeah, actually it was.
In more, in both sense of the word. Yes.
Yeah, it's like we had a good time there. It's like I've already posted my thoughts on the convention. I mean, it was fine. I mean, but it's like I'm slowly like losing my love for it, but at the same time, it's still entertaining in and of itself. But it's like I'll probably keep going as long as I can keep getting press passes for it. Yeah. Anyway, but turns out that the one of the things they announced at the Comic Con each year is the Eisner Awards, and while there's always plenty of worthy winners each year, I guess tonight's topic is actually like more relevant than when I was originally planning to talk about it, because while I got the final volume of Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, The Fade Out, at the beginning of the year, it just kept getting pushed back for various reasons. Like I just kept finding something newer and shinier to talk about in the meantime. But hey, turns out the Eisners picked up an award for best limited series, because it's a 12-issue run, 3 volumes, or 1 volume if you want to pick up the deluxe edition that's coming out later this year. And it's like, hey, so I guess it's like, even though it's like I didn't plan it this way, I guess it's kind of somewhat timely and whatnot. Anyway, the Fade Out, as I've mentioned from the previous two, my wrap-ups of the previous 2 volumes, is basically a noir set in the heyday of the filmic version of the genre, late 1940s. Basically allows like Brubaker and Phillips, who have just basically been mining this genre. It's like for various superhero related and crime related projects over the years. Most of them really great. Like their all time great work on Sleeper, excellent work on Criminal and Incognito, and the not quite as great but still all right work on Fatale. Now, but after all these years and all those projects, you get the feeling that they finally figured that okay, they've accrued enough goodwill and a loyal enough audience to do this project, set in the set in the late 1940s, which would be otherwise be commercial suicide for a mainstream comics project. Anyway, the Fade Out is about it's about a screenwriter by the name of Charlie Parrish, who worked to great acclaim prior to World War II, before getting suckered into a multi-picture deal at this smaller startup called Victory Pictures. Now, but then after going to the war, Charlie comes back haunted and shell shocked by the entire experience. And as we find out early on in the first issue, he's got a serious case of writer's block. That this great guy who once got an Academy Award nomination only to lose to Orson Welles is now can't write anything at all. But he's got his good buddy Gil Mason, who who was blacklisted by the House Un-American Activities Committee. So, but what they didn't tell everyone is that Charlie basically gave up Gil's name as a communist sympathizer. It's like in order so that he could operate in the free and the clear, while and basically write, and basically have Gil do the writing and Charlie do the actual people meet and greet work and take all the credit for it. Basically save both their careers, or one of them takes the hit for it. Now, it's like their current project is called Shadow of the Valley. It's like, and it's just been dealt a major blow, as Charlie finds out when he wakes up at the beginning of the first issue, in the sense that their starlet has been strangled to death. Charlie, suffering from blackout drunkenness, does his best to clean up the crime scene and erase all traces of his presence from there. And it's like, and then when he gets back to work, later that day, he finds out that the murder has actually been ruled a suicide. And so now, and while he knew the starlet by the name of Veronica Lake, she's oh sorry my bad. Veronica Lake is the person is the actress that Kim Basinger's character was based on in L.A. Confidential. I get this confused. Valeria Summers is the murdered starlet in The Fade Out, and Charlie is it's like he's all been out of sorts about it, but he's also not so completely out of it that he doesn't stop spilling all this what happened to his buddy Gil. And Gil's kind of like the angry bitter type, angry bitter drunken type that that he wants to get in and like and solve this, as if this were a movie that where like the two you got the two underdogs trying to take on the like the big Hollywood machine right there. Now the Fade Out traffics in like the same kind of demythologizing of Hollywood that L.A. Confidential trafficked in. I mean, there's all sorts of like debauchery, drug use, casual racism, like sex, rape, all sorts of like seedy stuff that you expect from what was really going on in the era. And Brubaker and Phillips mind this pretty satisfying or well, entertaining extent as they show Charlie, who is really who even if he did have a writer's instincts at one point, is really not the kind of guy you want to have like investigating a full-on murder right here. Now, the first two volumes, it's like were very entertaining and basically, for me, felt like a return to form for Brubaker and Phillips after Fatale kind of repeatedly missed the mark for me as well as their it's like their collaborative sweet spots go. But this one, it's like the first two volumes basically set up a great seedy story with lots of lots of interesting twists, like with Charlie getting involved with the with Valeria's replacement, Maya Silver, who's got a lot of skeletons in her closet as well. It's like, and also having to dodge guys like Phil Brodsky, the thuggish studio security chief, whose job it is to keep scandals from breaking out into the public eye. Like when he has to deal with one of their stars closeted homosexuality, and how he just can't stop sticking it to one of the extras on the set, and that kind of goes badly in the second, like into the second volume. Now, like after the like at the end of volume two, it's like I was all set to declare this is probably gonna be one of the best reads of the year. It's like with the follow up from volume three, and you know what? For the most part, it really kind of is. I mean, three kicks off with an even deeper and more incisive look at Gil and Charlie's relationship. Basically, you get to see why they're so stuck on each other, and also the lengths they go to in order to keep the other guy out of trouble, and also just it's like the uncomfortable lengths that they're that Gil's marriage is willing to accommodate Charlie's friendship. So and then it's like then we also get interest it's more like see more fun bits as we find out about the it's like as we see Gil and Charlie try and reason out just like what do we need to do in order to break this fucker wide open, and whoops, it's like turns out we need to go and take out the it's like one of the senile head of it's like a Victory Pictures Al Cap, and oops, kind of goes really badly for them. It's like, and I mean, it's just like I guess this series kind of drives home the whole like amateur sleuths done bad angle of the series. I mean, yeah, it's like we're used to seeing like the like in these stories it's like the good guys or the protagonists piece things together in a way the police couldn't do, but in the Fade Out, a lot of fun comes or entertainment comes from seeing Charlie and Gil just kind of like completely screw things up and wind up being completely out of their depth. Especially when you get to the end of the 11th issue, as Gil and Charlie speed away from their bungled attempt to get Camp to cop to everything, and Charlie finds out that things have just gotten really really bad for them. In fact, the final issue for me, the best part of it is when it's in the early parts when Charlie is left to his own devices, and you feel that Brubaker is going to go full dark for a moment. That he's not going to just that. No, not only is Charlie not going to fail to bring the killer to justice, he's going to lose his best friend. He's going to lose his job. It's like he's going to lose everything. I mean, if you've ever seen the original Korean version of Old Boy and how that film turned out at the end, it's like, yeah, you get the feeling that's where this yeah, this not film comic is going with Charlie and his it's like in his complete and utter fuck up of this whole situation. Brubaker doesn't go there. In fact, I get the feeling he didn't go there because he figures it would be far crueler to have Charlie live with the knowledge of what actually happened than to just say kill him outright. So I mean, it's like, and then, but also through that, we get to find out the whole story, basically how this one guy, this Drake Miller, figured into the story, and we get to we get to hear the whole thing explained to us, and yeah, that's satisfying in itself, but at the same time, it's like I just that moment in the series where I felt like things were just going to go completely terrible for Charlie. He was just going to not get anything. He was not going to get answers. He was just going to completely lose everything. Was more true to the spirit of the series so far. But it's like I don't think the ending is a bad ending. It's just not the one that I felt made the most emotional truth for the series. But still, I mean, it's like the series is it's very well written, lots of memorable characters, not just Gil and Charlie, but also Drakish leading man Earl Rath. It's like Phil Brodsky, who's also, even though he's essentially an antagonist here, basically is fun to see in the sense that he's just he's ruthlessly practical in his enforcement of the studio morals. It's like and Dottie Quinn, the PR girl, who kind of has a hots for Charlie, but also realizes that he's just kind of too ultimately not too quick on the uptake to realize it. But there's a lot of, like I said, a lot of interesting characters. Stories very very well plotted out, and Sean Phillips' art. Well, geez, I mean, I've said it before on these podcasts and in my reviews. I mean, the man can really do no wrong in my book. I mean, his shadowy artwork is perfect for like the noir stylings that he and Brubaker engage in on a regular basis, and it's like he really brings this era to life from all of its glitzy glory in the it's like in the in the red carpet scenes, and to the to this the really to really nasty darkness when it's like when they're trying to break into Camp's place at night. I mean, it's just fantastic work, like from beginning to end. It's like, I mean, it's like overall, it's like, yeah, I really enjoy this, and I do, and yeah, any misgivings I have about the ending, it's like, it's like I really say it's kind of minor in the end, to the point where, yeah, I'd say that if you haven't picked up these 3 volumes that have been released so far, there's going to be a deluxe edition that collects the entire 12-issue series released later this year. So hey, pick that up. It's like, and I definitely think, and overall, I do think it was worthy of the Eisner it got. But it's like, but also Brubaker and Phillips have a new series coming out later this year called Kill or Be Killed, which is basically their look at vigilanteism, and I'm assuming it's Brubaker's response to not getting to write the Punisher for an extended period while he was at Marvel, and I'm sure that's probably going to turn out pretty well now that he's basically they're both at Image, able to do whatever the hell they want. So yeah, new series, looking forward to it. Current series, The Fade Out, worthy of your place worthy of a place in your library, either in the three softcover volumes that are out, or the hardcover edition coming out later this year. John, any thoughts on your end?
No thoughts on my end, Jason. But do you have an idea what you're going to talk about next time?
Well, there's a little movie called Suicide Squad coming out a week from this Friday. So
Oh.
yeah, I think I've got an idea.
Okay, Suicide Squad it is. All right. Okay, well, we'll catch you next time on Comic Picks by the Glick.
All right, later.
Bye.